Hi guys, it's your girl Michelle back again. Today's Friday, so I'm going light today. No heaviness. We're going to let it all go and just live in the moment and just know the greater things are to come. Today's message is titled Divine Communication. You have to know Him to hear Him. And with that being said, I am going to read my scriptures as always. And the first is from John 8:47. Whoever is of God hears the words of God. The second is from John 10:27, and it reads, My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And the last is from Jeremiah 33:3, which is a very important number, 333. So I would just encourage you guys to let this particular verse resonate within you, in your spirit. It reads, Call to me and I will answer you. I'll tell you marvelous and wondrous things that you could never figure out on your own. So I'm going to read a couple of definitions. The first is communication, the imparting or exchanging of information or news. The second is instruction, a direction or an order. And the last is discernment, the ability to judge well. So, with the important parts taken care of, again, I am here to speak to you guys about the importance of your closeness, your communication, your prayer time, and all those things. To be closer to God so that you can hear what it is that He's saying to you, what He's instructing you to do. I mean, basically, our lives are going to go on day to day. But we have to know, as always, my most important thing is that we're applying His instruction and His principles to make our lives flow, to live in an organic mindset, an organic state where you're not fighting the things that are the inevitable. Your life is a plan. It's already planned out. And any time that we're not going with the flow, we're fighting against the things that has to happen. And of course, doing that, you're only stagnating yourself and causing yourself to slow up your process. Your process is already designed. It's laid out. Go with it. This is what I'm encouraging you guys to do today. It's very important. Not only that, but quietness is also important so that you can focus. You'll be able to discern, for one, that's why I read that definition. You'll be able to discern God's voice and His instruction. I'm going to give an example. Like when you're out in public and someone just kind of walks up to you and start talking, depending on what kind of person you are, you may engage, you may feel a way, but in your mind, whatever way you are, you're like, who is this person? I don't really know them, what they talking about, what they saying. You take what they're saying with a grain of salt. I say that to say and to stress the importance of knowing God. So when you hear His voice, you know who it is. And you know that you need to be open to hearing those instructions and moving on what it is that He's telling you. So that's the nutshell of my message today. With that being said, I will spin the block on my last message and just really encourage you guys to be of light and love and to be willing to unite and help each other out during these tough times that we're facing, to pull from the distractions that are holding you up and not allowing you to get to what it is. It comes a time on the journey. This is a process, I tell you guys all the time, where the things that you have to switch up and change, the environments that you have to change, it's not going to always feel good. But when you know for a fact that there is greater on the other side, it gives you that endurance, that perseverance to keep pushing. A lot of times we have to enlarge our territory. We have to step out of our comfort zones. I made a post today that said, first of all, there is no real risk. There is no reward without risk. And not only that, but we have to get out of routine and switch it to risk. Taking those leaps of faith, believing in yourself, And as long as, again, you're walking with God and you know you're being instructed in His will, making it happen, without fear. You got to keep stepping on, keep going, keep pushing. This is a day to day. While you're doing all that, of course, you have to maintain the moment and live in the moment. You can't be worried about what's coming next. You just make up in your mind and be resilient with the fact that whatever it is, no matter what it's looking like in this moment, soon as I warrior through this part, there's going to be greater on the other side. I took a leap of faith. I left the territory that I had um, gotten used to. I left that territory plenty of times. And in my heart, I want to believe this was the final time. I ain't coming back. How about that? Um, but I had to enlarge my territory for my process to start moving. When you know and you feel that you are in stagnation, the environment, the people that you're around, if you know that these things are working against you, regardless of how hard it may be, you got to elevate from that. If you plan on going anywhere, if not, stay there, stick to it, keep doing what you do every day, stay in routine, like I said. But at the end of the day, again, nothing's great is gonna happen if you're not risking. You have to take a risk. That's how we build our faith in God. Because as soon as you take those risks, He's gonna start doing things to let you know, I seen you. You know, things are happening for me in my life. Some things that um, I'm not gonna say surprised because I knew when I started this journey, inevitably, if I did the right thing, I knew what God would do in my life. But some very exciting things. Another thing I want to say is that when we're in prayer and we're praying for the things that we want, don't forget your prayers. When God decides to answer and deliver His promise, it might not look like what you prayed for. It may not come how you thought it was or how you foreseen it would, but don't forget it. I had something very exciting happen to me the other day, but I knew that it was going to take a little bit of extra push to get it done. So when the opportunity presented itself, I almost went into panic, like, oh my God, and then I heard my spirit say, you prayed for this. Stop tripping and get to it. So I just encourage you guys to always remember the things that you are praying for. And when the doors open, it's not like the price is right. It might not look like the door you thought it would. It might not have been the red door or the door with the fancy numbers, but just know that it's a door and God is answering you, and He has something great for you on the other side of that. Always be willing to walk harder and heavier in your life. That's the only way you're going to get what you're looking for. But just here to give a little bit of my testimony. Like I said, God ain't done with me yet, so I ain't ready to tell the whole story, but I just want to be a witness on a day-to-day to keep you guys encouraged, to keep going, keep pushing, and decide for yourself that there's greater things to come, and then open yourself up to allow them to come. Make sure you're practicing your healthy habits, that on a day-to-day you're eating more healthy, you're implementing your habits, healthy habits, and things that you should be doing to elevate your mindset. Um, I don't share all the things that I do as far as practices. I'm going to call them wellness mindset practices because some of you guys would probably think I'm crazy. Not only that, but because those things work so well, those are my intellectual properties. You got to visit me on my website somewhere. It's time for me to get some money. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my business. So I can't divulge everything to you guys. I help you with what I can, and hopefully someday you'll believe in me enough to want to tap in and see what I got to offer on a business level. But anyway, enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday again. Remember, every day is happy. And I will check in with you guys over the weekend and let you know how my wonderful son does on this football game. But anyway, I love you guys. Light and love. Kisses. See you soon.